Hello, YouTube!
Hello!
Today you're going to see us when we're north of Camp Verde, Arizona, headed towards Sedona, Arizona. And we stopped by Montezuma's Castle. It's off of the Red Rock Scenic Byway, which is a beautiful drive.
It was wonderful.
But even once you turn off, it is a spectacular view. Everywhere you're looking, there is, I mean, it's just fantastic. And I can't imagine if you were an Indian back in the day, looking in that area, going to your home between, it was 1100 and 1425 AD that the Indians were living there.
It was beautiful. The day that we had driving into the area was just gorgeous. We had the doors off the Jeep. It was a really nice drive, very comfortable. So it was just a great place to visit. Fascinating to think of the people who lived there years and years and years ago and how they saw everyday surroundings that we take for granted.
You were blessed to be an Indian living back there, and you know, because it's just such a beautiful place. And I know there's a lot of beautiful places in the country, but to see this area, you know, it was really special.
It was.
So in this area, you are allowed to bring your dogs with you, not just service animals, but dogs. So they're welcome in this area.
Between approximately 1100 and 1400, the castle neighborhood also included a large pueblo and numerous small alcove homes in the cliff face along Beaver Creek. Nestled in a limestone cliff overlooking the creek, Montezuma Castle could have housed about 35 people, including families in nearby pueblos and rock shelters. Perhaps 150 to 200 people made up this community. In turn, these people belonged to a network of villages united by kinship, agriculture, and cultural traditions that stretched dozens of miles along the Verde River and its tributaries, including Beaver Creek, from the Mogollon Rim to the Black Hills. Archaeologists called this the Southern Singwa Culture Area. These farming communities thrived until around 1350 to 1400, when people began leaving the Verde Valley, moving toward other population centers to the north and east, including those along the Little Colorado River and the Hopi Mesas.
The Puebloan, Yavapai, and Hopi all trace their heritage back to this one site. But you know what? I mean, that would be some nice. I mean, they got the perfect defensive spot, don't they? Doesn't get much better than that. I mean, if you're worried about warring tribes, they just, the people didn't like you, they'd just show up here and they'd be like, well, no, they're good. Let's move on to the next people. That's crazy.
So here it shows, we can see it, here is the visitor center where we come in, then the Montezuma's Castle, which is where we're at. Then it shows the hillside rooms, which is along that rock wall face there, Castle A, and the Cavite rooms, which is this area. You can see the holes, the windows, Oh wow, each group likely had their own room with roughly 140 square feet,
You can see the fingers.
Yeah,
They
that's
mushed it down.
something. Oh, that is wild. Women or children likely did the plastering, including annual patching of exterior walls. They're eroded easily. Their handprints are still visible in the plaster today. Cycles of care. Around the year 1400, people began leaving their homes here. 500 years later, its walls were still largely intact. The builders chose their home site wisely, taking advantage of the shelter that a natural alcove provided. The majority of what you see today is original, and the castle is thought to be one of the best preserved sites from the period, likely due to its inaccessibility. Hopi and other native consultants say dwellings like this were meant to recycle back to the earth after the people left. However, in 1906, the castle became a national monument to be managed for present and future generations. A variety of preservation treatments were applied to help withstand hundreds of thousands of visitors and to keep its walls standing. Whenever possible, the archaeologists attempt to match today's treatments more closely with the original materials and building details, applying the minimum necessary to protect the integrity of the structure.
When you do finish at the Montezuma's Castle, go back 2 miles, you'll see the Yavapai Apache fry bread and jewelry stand.
Where I was fortunate enough to pick up this beauty, and I also purchased some other ones of different styles that I had already given away to the girls in my family. So
Right.
yeah, beautiful artist work. She made bowls and all kinds of different things. So it
Really
was,
nice lady, too.
Yeah. Oh, I just loved her.
And as the name implies with the fry bread, this is the first time I've ever tried the fry bread, and it was really good. It I don't know if it was any different than like the elephant ear at the carnivals, but it was really good. I would definitely recommend stopping. It's an awesome place for artwork, an awesome place for fry bread.
Yeah, give it a try.
What did you think of the Montezuma's Castle? What are your pros and cons?
I don't really have any cons because this is history from, oh my gosh, 1100s.
Yeah.
So 5 paws definitely for the preservation of such a historically significant area. It was beautiful.
I'd say that would be my
Beautiful.
pro as well because you could see the individual fingerprints of the people that made that place. Pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine living back in that time and living up so high inside the mountains there. You'd always have the high ground.
Sure.
If you're out that way, get up there and see it. It's really a unique area and a lot of history surrounding it.
The only con is, to me, it's not a huge draw, and so you are going out of the way a little bit off the beaten path to get there, and so it could be more. There's a couple different places that are all part of that same park that we didn't see, but you have to walk there and you have to hike and do all this stuff. So.
And that was at the time we were just newly diagnosed with everything. So, so anyhow.
So I would give 4 paws. What would you?
I said 5 paws
5 paws,
because
okay.
I like the fact that it was not your typical touristy spot.
It was really nice.
You don't have to fight with all the crowds and everything. There's just enough there to give you a flavor of what was around there. It wasn't inundated with tourists.
But it's very clearly it is what it is. It is a very old housing for the Indians.
Yeah.
It's great. And then the lady at the end selling her wares was, to me, just made it that much better.
It did. It really did.
I want to thank everybody for watching. God bless everybody, and we will see you again next week.
Be sure to hit the like and subscribe if you can. We appreciate you.
Have a fight the dog.
I love trees. I'm a tree hugger.
Tree hugger.
I love you, tree. Thank you for your oxygen.
Yeah.